We'll be reviewing the Ratio 3E that I have installed here at my second house, my vacation home in La Paz, Mexico. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of technology and automated things, so I am definitely impressed with this, and I love the way that this runs as an irrigation controller. But let's go through, like, kind of step by step what it can do. So I have this mounted outside, but it's under an eave, so it's protected from the rain. You can get it with a waterproof box, but I didn't buy that. And this is a professional irrigation controller. This isn't something like the little ones you buy at Home Depot that you kind of hook hoses up to and it does the timer. This is meant to connect to actuators and probably be installed by a professional, the rest of the irrigation system at least, and they just wired it into the Ratio. And you can set up different zones for watering a lawn, or down here we have just drip irrigation in different parts of the yard. I think we have 7 different zones. So the controller itself, it just has a magnet that's holding the front cover on, so you can pull that off, and that's where all the wires are. And you can also control some basic functions from the outdoor controller, just pretty much choosing a zone 1 through 8 and pushing start or stop. Everything that's magic is done through the internet, through the website, or through the app. So you can set everything up in the app, but the app can also modify things, like if the forecast says it's going to rain, or if it does rain in an area in a city, the 3E will adjust for that. Now, there is the 3, which from a tech geek standpoint, I kind of wish I had that one, because down here in Mexico, there are kind of microclimates, and so it's a little more geared towards your exact location and making more fine tweaks on a daily basis. The 3E adjusts on a monthly basis, except for when it knows that it's raining, but if it gets really hot, I believe the 3 is able to boost the water, whereas the 3E is just kind of like using a monthly schedule, and then at the end of the month it says, oh, this is July, it gets hot, and it makes an adjustment across the entire month, but not on a day-by-day basis. So if you're looking for more features like that day-by-day control or wireless controllers, check out the 3. It is a little more expensive. It does do up to 16 zones. But for me, this is probably a pretty good deal. So I live in Portland, Oregon most of the year, but I'm able to use the app to control the irrigation system down here in Mexico. We have a caretaker here in Mexico, and he has the app on it if he thinks they need a little more water, or if he's testing it out to make sure all the zones are working and all the emitters haven't gotten clogged. There's a lot of calcium in the water down here. Another fun thing that I can do here in Mexico or up in Portland is I can say, Echo, turn on Ratio Zone 2 for 3 minutes. I call mine Echo instead of Alexa. So everything can be done from your iPhone or Android device through the app. I'm going to show you the details over on the computer. It's just a little easier to see. But you can see here that the different zones are set up here, and I can go into a zone and see information about that zone and set up things specifically for that zone, and also go through different schedules and calendar and whatnot. But I'm going to take you over to the computer because it's just a lot easier to see. So you'll set up a Ratio account that works with all your different devices. And here on the computer, just take you through real briefly. You've got kind of a home screen that's telling you what's happening here. So you can see the weather here that is expected in Centenario. So it looks like there might be some rain coming up. And it shows that the weather station that I'm connected to is 4 miles away. And once again, the Ratio 3 is how you would set up zones. So you can see here, I'm going to go through this zone, has a dragon fruit in it. You can take a picture and give it a name. Now, if you want to use there's this grass or annuals. So there's a lot of setting up that happens, and probably if you're working with a irrigation professional, they'd be able to help you with this in terms of, what kind of irrigation is it, what kind of soil is it, what, exposure. You can see here slope, and even getting into like really detailed stuff like how deep the roots go and whatnot. That's a little beyond me. But that's something that you'll set up for each zone. And let me just, if you want to add another zone, you actually have to show the disabled zones. That's something that's a little tricky. So this one's disabled. So it's zone 7. I could go in here and edit this to get it all set up. Give it a name, give it a photo, tell what we're watering. Go through all of these things because it is a smart controller, so you kind of got to tell it this isn't just like water for 10 minutes. It's able to kind of give you suggestions for how long it should water, or if it should water for a bit and then stop for a bit and water for a bit. So there's a number of different things that are, just it's more complicated, more advanced than just a regular irrigation controller. So then your zones go into a schedule here. And you can see here I have a couple of different schedules, and these can overlap with one another. So certain zones are on the additional schedule and the non-Finca schedule and things like that. So you can see every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can go through and program this for even or odd days, or how many days a week and things like that. If you're in an area that restricts irrigation, you can change the time that it starts. You can say this whole thing has to be done by sunup, which is how I do things, so it's only irrigating in the middle of the night. And you can look through the history of when everything was watered. So yeah, definitely lots going on here that you can pull up. Also, controller settings, you can go here and change things in terms of whether there's a master valve that turns on all of the valves or not, things like that. Whatnot, lots of information in here. And as I mentioned, you can share access. So I've got this shared with my wife and my caretaker, so any of them can turn these zones on or off. And as I mentioned, you can add sensors like a wind sensor, so it says, if there's too much wind, don't turn on the sprinklers because they'll just blow all over the place, or if it's rained recently, if it's enough rain, don't turn on the sprinklers, things like that. Number of things that you can add to this system. And you can also integrate this with your Alexa or Google or Alarm, or if this then that. That's a great thing that I'll pretty much integrate it with just about anything. So you can say, turn on the irrigation when the motion sensor lights in the yard come on because you think either cats or, I want to run this zone for just however many minutes, 3 minutes, just feeling like something's a little bit dry. The quick run feature, very easy to just quickly pop the water on it.